You ever walk into a place that's supposed to be your home and suddenly feel like a stranger? Yeah, that's exactly how it started for me. It was a regular evening. I'd just gotten off work, exhausted, already thinking about leftovers and maybe a long shower. I pulled into the driveway and right away, something felt off. There was another car parked there. Not just any car, my mother-in-law's. Now, don't get me wrong, she didn't exactly love me. But showing up unannounced, that wasn't normal. I walked up to the front door, opened it, and instantly felt the tension. The air was thick, like I had walked straight into a conversation that stopped the second I entered. My husband was standing in the living room, arms crossed. His mom was sitting on the couch looking way too comfortable. And then there was his dad leaning against the wall like he was watching a show. No one said hi, no one smiled. And that's when I knew something was about to go down. My husband looked at me and said, real cold, "We need to talk." You ever hear that sentence and just know it's not going to be good? Yeah, that feeling hit instantly. I set my bag down slowly and said, "Okay, what's going on?" And then his mom jumped in. Of course she did. "This situation," she said, waving her hand around like I was some kind of problem that needed fixing, "has gone on long enough." I blinked. "What situation?" She gave me this look, like I was stupid for even asking. "You living here?" Actually laughed. Not because it was funny, but because it didn't make sense. Yeah. I live here. This is my house. And that's when my husband said it. "No, it's not, I swear." Time slowed down. "What?" "You need to pack your things," he said. "You can't stay here anymore." Just like that. No warning, no discussion. Just get out. I looked at all three of them, waiting for someone to break character and say this was a joke. But nope, dead serious. My heart started pounding, but I kept my voice steady. "On what grounds?" His dad finally spoke up, all smug, like he'd been waiting for his moment. "This house is under family ownership. You're not part of that anymore." That hit different. Not part of the family? After everything? After years of building a life here. I felt the anger rising, but I wasn't about to give them the reaction they wanted. So I just nodded slowly, grabbed my bag, and walked out. Yeah, I left, but not because they were right. Because I needed time to think. That night, I didn't cry. Not at first. I sat in my car, parked a few streets away, staring at my phone, replaying everything in my head. Something didn't add up. I had signed paperwork when we bought that house. I remembered it clearly. Wasn't just some guess, they couldn't just kick me out like that. So instead of breaking down, I got curious. And that's when everything changed. The next morning, I called a lawyer.com voice, straight to the point. I explained the situation and he asked me one question. "Were you ever listed on the property documents?" "Yes," I said. "I'm sure of it." "Then don't panic," he replied. "Get me a copy of everything you signed." That was all I needed to hear. I went digging. Old emails, scanned files, folders I hadn't opened in years. And after hours of searching, found it. The original property agreement. My name was on it. Not just casually, not as a witness, as a Kona. My hands literally started shaking. Not from fear this time, from adrenaline. Because suddenly, everything flipped. They didn't kick me out. They tried to. Now, here's where it gets interesting. I didn't go back right away. Nah, I wanted to do this right. So I met with the lawyer, went over every detail, every signature, every clause, and the verdict. Crystal clear, legally. I had every right to that house, actually, more than they expected. Because there was one clause, one tiny detail they definitely overlooked. The property couldn't be transferred, sold, or reassigned without my signature. Meaning, everything they were planning was already falling apart. So I made a decision. I wasn't going back to argue. I wasn't going back to beg. I was going back to end it. Couple days later, I pulled up to the house again. Same driveway, same front door. But this time, different energy. I wasn't nervous. I wasn't hurt. I was focused. I walked up, unlocked the door. Yeah, my key still worked hand, stepped inside, and just like before, silence. They were all there again, like they'd been expecting me. My mother-in-law stood up immediately. You have some nerve coming back here? I didn't even look at her. I looked straight at my husband. Yeah, I said calmly. I do. He scoffed. We told you to leave. I reached into my bag, pulled out the folder. Funny thing about that, I said, I placed the documents on the table, slowly, deliberately. You might want to read this. His dad grabbed the papers first, confident, till his expression changed. And oh man, that moment. Priceless. His eyes moved faster, his face tightened. Then he looked at my husband. You didn't tell me she was on the deed. Silence? Thick, heavy, beautiful silence? My husband's face, pale, confused, panicking. I crossed my arms. Yeah, about that. I am on the deed, which means you can't kick me out. You can't sell the house. Can't do anything without me. My mother-in-law tried to jump in, voice shaking now. This is ridiculous. I cut her off. No, what's ridiculous is thinking you could erase me from my own home. No one argued, no one could, because for the first time, I didn't have control. And here's the part nobody expects. I didn't scream, didn't throw them out. I didn't need to, because the shift in power, that was enough. Over the next few days, things got real quiet in that house. My husband barely spoke. His parents stopped showing up, and me. I walked around my home differently. Not like someone trying to belong, but like someone who knew she did. Eventually, I made another move. Filed for separation. Started fresh. On my terms. Because here's the truth. Nobody talks about sometimes people don't just betray you, okay? They underestimate you. They think you'll fold. They think you'll walk away. Hey, they think you don't know your own worth. Okay, that's where they mess up. So yeah, they wanted me out of the house. Thought they could push me out, erase me, move on, like I never mattered. But I came back, with proof, with power, and with a reminder they'll never forget. Don't ever let someone convince you that you don't belong somewhere you helped build. Because sometimes all it takes is one piece of paper to change everything.